Stop buying so much In this consumer society, people are constantly buying more and more stuff. Companies, advertisers, your friends and family are deciding for you what you ought to buy and own. If you're watching this video, you've probably thought about downsizing your material possessions. And although this is a great initial step for many, the first step you need to focus on is prevention. The 10 items I'm sharing today are ones I no longer buy. The less items you own, the less you have to think about. In fact, I've recently moved into my new apartment and it took me only several hours to move every single item into my new place. In contrast, my roommate upstairs has taken over a week and still has not finished moving everything in. It really is true that the less items you own, the more efficient your life. Now, I don't go off on people who own a lot of things if those things bring value to them. But what my roommate said is that he's brought items from his old house that he hasn't even touched in the past year. And this is where you can really downsize the material possessions you own to really make your life more simple and better. The first item I want to share that I don't buy are brand new cars. In fact, I made a video on it previously on how I found and bought my new used car. Sporty vehicle isn't something that I personally care about. I don't care about how I look in a car that I spend a very minuscule part of my life. All I wanted was a commuter car that just got me to and from work and was easy to park in the city. So that's why I bought a Toyota Yaris. Now, if sporty vehicles are for you, then go, yeah, definitely save up for it. Make sure you're in a good financial state to purchase one and then have fun with it. Before we go into the other items that I no longer purchase, I do want to make this distinction that downsizing material possessions is a result of minimalism, not minimalism itself. If you remove a piece of clothing that you love to wear, that is not minimalism because you actually have a lot of value taken from that item. Now, if you throw away a t-shirt that you don't like and have found yourself to never wear it, then yeah, that's how you do it. On the flip side, depriving yourself of certain items such as a dope leather jacket you really want is not minimalism at all. You really have to identify what you value and are willing to spend money on. Now, it's a whole lifelong journey of identifying what really matters to you, but this is something I want you to keep in mind as we go through these next 9 items. Item number 2 is junk food and soda. Yes, I know that's 2, but I'm gonna lump it both in together. Essentially, these are unhealthy foods and drinks that I just don't buy because I found that preventing them from entering my house in the first place is the best way to not take them into my body, which is a temple. This is something that I personally do, but if you're having a party and you want to treat your friends to snacks, you can go ahead and buy these snacks. They don't necessarily have to be unhealthy. You can buy a plate of fruits or vegetables or something else to munch on that aren't necessarily things like Flamin' Hot Cheetos, which I have nothing against. The third item I don't buy is cable TV. And actually, I've never bought in a TV for myself either. I've always lived with my family who's had TVs or roommates who brought their own TVs. But all I need is a monitor with an HDMI cable that connects to my PC or laptop, and I can watch literally anything I want. Everything is on the internet, Netflix, YouTube. You don't have to have cable TV. In fact, most television channels have ways to watch their shows online. Especially for bigger events, there will be multiple ways to stream it, such as the Super Bowl or political debates or whatever else you're trying to look into. And like I said in my last video, it's 2019, you don't need cable, you can do better. The next thing I no longer buy are haircuts. I haven't walked into a barbershop or hair salon for years, in fact the past 5 years. Back in my first year of college, I bought a hair clip and some scissors and would actually do my own hair. And it took many attempts to get the style I want. And the first time doing the back of my hair was the most difficult part because I would hold up a mirror in my bathroom with a handheld mirror and would try and guess the back of my hair. And for the first few attempts, I did have to have other people to even out the back, but this is actually pretty simple. This is a skill you can learn, so you don't actually have to cut your hair every month or 2 months or so. This will save you thousands of dollars in your entire lifetime. Another item I don't buy are trendy fashion. It's taking a long time to find pieces of clothing that fit and look good for me. My clothes right now are mainly neutral colors, so it's very easy to match whatever t-shirt I want to wear with the pants I want to wear, usually black jeans. I used to be that middle school kid who was rocking Abercrombie & Fitch and Hollister because everyone else was wearing that too, and I wanted to fit in. But nowadays, I really don't care. I actually prefer clothing with no brands associated with them. Just like a plain t-shirt or something else that really, in my opinion, looks very clean. Now, if you like a certain brand and the way it fits and you really connect with their message, then stick to that one brand. I usually just shop at H&M, Kohl's, online, or thrift stores. It's really cool to buy trending clothing and looking super fresh for a little bit. The issue with buying trendy fashion is that you're only gonna look good while that trend is in style. An example of this would be jean jackets, which used to be a thing for a couple months in the past, but nowadays I rarely see it anywhere. Finding a certain style that's able to let you to mix and match your clothing will save you lots of money and lots of time, because you can just throw on anything you have and it'll look good. And although I do own multiple pairs of slim black jeans, I don't own like 14 pairs of the same t-shirt that I can wear every day for 2 weeks. I'm no Matt Diavella. The sixth item I no longer buy is bottled water. This is a personal choice I've made to help me live a more sustainable life while helping save our world's oceans and all the animals that live in it. There's this video I watched of a stingray eating so many plastic debris because people just threw them out. Watching this video made me feel very sad and angry, and I don't want that to happen to any living being in this world. So replacing bottled water with a high quality bottle that you can reuse over and over again is a fantastic choice. There are multiple ones that you can get, and oftentimes you can find these for free at a career fair or conference where companies will just put their brand name on it and give it to people. Another thing I don't buy? A phone upgrade every single year. I really think it's unnecessary, and you don't have to spend money on an upgrade that really only adds a few features into your phone. I swear, the number of people who feel like they have to upgrade every year is nuts. Upgrading your phone every single year will cost you lots of money, and if you think about it, will upgrading your iPhone 9 to an iPhone X really make your life that much different? Will you find so much joy in it that you have to upgrade that phone even though you just got it a year ago? iPhone 9, iPhone X? Is there an iPhone 9? Fuck. I'm looking this up. Okay, so there's an iPhone 8 and then an iPhone 8s, but there is no iPhone 9. They just totally skipped it. And I guess this is usually done by a lot of companies because 9 is considered an unlucky number in a few countries. Alright, so here's another thing I no longer buy. So this was actually a gift from my parents one year, and I have in the past bought in my own plants. I bought in like some big ferns and succulents, but I can't keep them alive. I swear, I don't have a green thumb. So I kept this plant for 2 reasons. One being that it's a bamboo and it makes me feel very at home. I'm Asian, if you couldn't tell. And secondly is that I can keep this alive. It literally just has rocks in here, and all I have to do is add water. There's no soil I have to change or anything. It's very simple and I love it. Moving into this new apartment, I even considered buying fake plants because I can't keep real plants alive, and fake ones would have the aesthetic of real ones. But Plants, like any other furniture, take up room, and if you don't want to spend time taking care of it, then it's not worth buying. So yeah, this bamboo is the only plant I own, and I'm sure, as you know, other minimalists really love plants. I'm not that kind of person. Nowadays, we always check the time on our phones, so one item I no longer buy are watches. Mostly, they just serve as a jewelry item, and I only wear it when I wear suits where I'm going to a formal event and I just want to spice things up. I will wear bracelets over watches because watches tend to be bulkier, heavier, and I don't like the restriction of it. And then every time I gym, I'd have to take it off and then put it back on when I'm done, and I just didn't want to deal with that. Something similar are alarm clocks. Again, you have an alarm on your phone. It doesn't serve you any purpose if you buy an item that serves the same purpose as something you already have. There's no benefit to it. Don't buy items that serve the same purpose. It's redundant. Nowadays, alarm clocks, watches, they're an accessory or a home decor, which brings us to the next item. I no longer buy festive decor. Think about it. Whenever Christmas time rolls around, you put up this tree, ornaments, and decorate your entire house. People do this because more so they don't want to be that one neighbor who doesn't have any Christmas lights on. And you leave them on for maybe a week and take it all down. You spend so much time putting it all up just to show off for a week and then put it all down. That is something that I never wanted to do. Now, if you're a person who really loves the holidays and loves getting into the spirit of things, definitely buy what you want to make yourself feel that holiday spirit. But I would say that most people, they wouldn't care for it. They'd much rather put that money towards something else than to show off to their neighbors. If I know I'm not going to use it or need it, then it doesn't deserve my space and my time. These are 10 things that I personally no longer buy, but these items could still be valuable to you. You just have to decide for yourself. Minimalism looks very different for different people because we are our own person who values different things. And if there's one thing I want you to take away is that you have to figure out what you care about in life and go all in while cutting away on the things you don't care about. Every single week I post videos on money and minimalism to help young professionals make smart financial decisions based on their values. Be sure to hit subscribe and that notification bell so you can tune in next week. Peace!